Hello, Melissa Rhiannon back here with you. Today I would like to talk about something that's literally burning a hole in my heart right now. So, the subject topic is, we the people do not consent to tyranny. Now, what is tyranny? The definition of tyranny is cruel, unreasonable, or arbitrary use of power or control. Now, this is either or. This is not all. Tyranny does not have to be all of those words combined put together in order for the definition to hold true. Tyranny can be the unreasonable, arbitrary use of power. It can be the cruel use of control. It can be the unreasonable use of power or the unreasonable use of control. Tyranny is any type of control and or power that is unreasonable, cruel, or unjust, or arbitrary without the consent of the people. So, I personally have experienced being censored for asking questions. I have seen many of my friends on Facebook and Twitter experience the same thing. I have seen people being censored on YouTube, being censored in the media, and their content being taken down. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people who are getting back on, making videos on the media because we can't, on social media, because we don't have access to actual, real media right now because it's being censored. So people are trying to raise their voices and say, look, this is happening. This is happening to me. This is happening to my friends. Look at the videos. This is what's happening. This is real, people. This is not a joke. And it's just over and over and over again that I've seen in the last few weeks. And it's getting more intense. It's not just in America. It's around the globe. The cruel, unreasonable, arbitrary use of power and control without the consent of the people. Now, we have a government in America, a system that was set up by our founding fathers. And no, it is not perfect, but they formed a more perfect union, not the perfect union. They tried to form a more perfect union in order to have a better option than the one they had 200 years ago. We are so very, very lucky to benefit from the great minds of the time who came together, put their minds together and said, how can we do this better than what was done before? And we need to be asking ourselves that same question. So, also I'd like to just mention that from now on, whenever I'm quoting great minds and great speakers, orators, great movers and shakers of the 20th and 21st century and people before that as well, I will be changing some of the wording. Specifically, whenever it says men or man, I will be changing it to people or humans so that we can include the other half of the population that up until now has kind of not been being mentioned. So my definition of people or humans is going to include the entire populations, both genders and both sexes, and children, and everyone on the planet. So when we say we the people, I mean everyone. Men, women, children. So, we the people do not consent to tyranny. That was the foundation that our nation was built on, and we need to remember that and not let those liberties get thrown by the wayside. Now, I am not a generally actively politically active or excessively politically active person. I would be considered more a moderate liberal and probably a quiet one. However, I do not believe in extremism of any kind. When every group that becomes extreme causes pain to the people around them and to themselves, whether it's political, whether it's religious, whether it is, extremism in your diet, extremism in your religion, extremism in your political system, extremism in your psychological thinking mentality. Whenever we go extreme in one direction or the other, whenever we have black and white thinking, we create severe chaos and anxiety inside of our own bodies, inside of our minds, and inside of our political systems. It's called splitting. It's a psychological splitting. And what is happening right now is our nation is being intentionally psychologically split. We are being our belief systems and the rhetoric and the media that is being thrown out there is causing more division, and this is not right. This is not good, and they are exercising arbitrary control and power, and we have to say no. So, what are our options? Our government was set up with three branches of government. We have, and this was set up for a reason. We have the executive branch, which is the elected president. We have the legislative branch, which is the Senate and the House, also elected. And then we have the judicial branch, which are the courts, which goes all the way up to the Supreme Court. This was set up so that no one political group of this trifecta could gain too much political power. So right now we have Senate, House, governors, city leaders that are exercising power with the police and using the police state or as if they're using the police and using their authority that we elected them. They have no authority unless we give it to them. They are elected officials. Elected. We can unelect them. So we need to keep that in mind. Okay? We have the judicial courts, and they are governed by an overarching Constitution and Bill of Rights and the rule of law. So when someone is arrested for doing something that is in fact not against their constitutional rights to do, such as taking a walk, if they are arrested for that and put in jail and then they have to go in front of a judge, right under the Constitution, under the Bill of Rights, under our judicial system, to go all the way up to exercise their constitutional rights. So we need to remember something that's very important in all of this. The fact that there may be the letter of the law, there may be elected officials say we've elected this or that person. However, we need to remember the spirit of liberty is an unalienable human right. Let me say that again. The spirit of liberty is an unalienable human right. Period. But we must claim it if we want to experience it. Thank you for watching. Please like and share, and let me know what you would like to see in the next videos. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.